Many will call me a charlatan or half-wit for making and believing in the content of this video. Those of you who are in the know, those of you who have a spiritual vibe outside of what is simply told to them in the media, will understand that I am a prophet speaking an important truth. A truth about something that is grasping on to your lives every day. Good morning. I am the Fat Mantis. And this is for those of you who did not know. The show that digs deep into the underbelly of conspiracies, takes the truth and shoves it right into your pretty face, forcing you to confront it. Today's topic: the life and satanic times of Taylor Swift. That's correct, I said Taylor Swift. All of you probably already know her. If you don't, you're living under a rock, or you're part of the conspiracy yourself. Taylor Swift, we all listen to her music. Your kids are probably dancing to one of her videos upstairs in their room right now. She is currently the queen of white pop, not to be confused with the queen of black pop, who is Beyonce. So let's get started. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13th, 1989 in Reading, Pennsylvania, where she proved to be both a talented musician and singer in her church. At the age of 14, she moved to Nashville, Tennessee, with the high hopes of becoming a country music star, in which she did. At a young age, she both was a minor actress and eventually a country music singer, songwriter, and eventually star. Over time, as her popularity increased, she would move from being a country music star into being a pop star and eventually a super pop star. She's known for many countless hits. I could not even begin to name them all. And is eventually responsible for her super pop album, the white thriller of her day, 1989, which is reference to the year she was born. She is notorious for many things in this age. Some good, but also some very bad, including a chaotic love life. She has left many hearts broken along the wayside, and then usually writes a song blaming the man for everything. Typical American girl. She's also known to be litigious, as she's known to sue pop bloggers who criticize her, who are very popular, and even her own Etsy fans. 24 of her Etsy fans were sued by her and her legal team, as well as forming several connections with the Kennedy family. That's correct. One of her early boyfriends, actually, interestingly enough, he was a minor, she was a major, boyfriends was Connor Kennedy, which we'll get into that a little later. As you can see, this seems a simple tale of our pop star, a normal American girl who has now risen to prominence. Excellent. There is only one problem. Taylor Swift is a clone. I'm going to let you marinate on that one. That's right. She's a clone of the high priestess of the Satanic Church. Now I'm going to show you of an image of the person who she is allegedly a clone of. Then I'm going to show you a picture of Swift. Then I'm going to show you a picture of the alleged Satanist. Then I'm going to show you a picture of Swift. And that's going to go on for an unknown amount of images. But I just want you to feel the gravitas of what I'm talking about before I go into any more explanations as to how this is, most importantly, why this is. Who's freaked out right now? I know I am. That was the image of Zena Schrecht, once known as Zena LaVey. She was the former high priestess of the Satanic Church. She is the daughter of the notorious Anton LaVey. Anton LaVey is both the founder of the Satanic Church, but also the writer of the Satanic Bible. Back in his heyday, he bragged about having a satanic ritual that summoned the devil into himself the night that he conceived Xena. Xena was supposed to be the chosen one for his people. They were supposed to usher in a new era of Satanism. Her beautiful face and her charming attitude was supposed to help mainstream the church and win over the hearts and minds of Americans everywhere to embrace a sick, sadistic religion such as Satanism. She, after becoming of age in 1985, was made the high priestess and figurehead for the Satanic Church. Her job was, as I said, to spread it and make it mainstream. However, during her short 5-year tenure as high priestess, she failed short. In 1991, Xena would flee the church, change her name to Schrecht, and leave a public life. Various reports of why she left is that her entire life believed that she was lied to about what the church was about, and after a while she discovered that the followers were none other than what everyone was saying. Murderers, rapists, weirdos, people just up to no good and wanted an excuse to do it and a religion to accompany their sick, twisted ways. She wanted out of it because she felt like she was lied to her whole life. She essentially is the avatar or the chosen one who has completely failed her mission. But do you think the Satanists were going to stop at that? No way. They needed a new plan, a plan to make this chosen one not a failed one. So what did they do? Having lots of DNA from this girl, and they've had control over her entire life. They took her genes and created a new chosen one made of science, the child of science and Satan, the two most evil forces on this planet. All the stories that I told you about Taylor Swift are completely right and true. She had that life. I'm not claiming that she was made yesterday. I am claiming that she was a normal girl for many, many years until finally in 2012, I believe it was, is the seemingly normal Taylor Swift, who had already had a music career, eventually met and began to date one Connor Kennedy. And for all of those who are in the know, the Kennedys are notoriously connected to satanic happenings. Various devil-worshipping claims and other theories and suggestions have constantly plagued the Kennedys, the belief being that the original fortune that created the Kennedy family and all their political power and energy and all these things that they created is the work of the devil, created from a pact by Joe Kennedy during Prohibition age. He had sold his soul for money and power. However, it would constantly need upkeep with their satanic overlord of Satan. They would need things like sacrifices and other things. And when they would fail, and they would certainly fail, various members of the family would fall to this situation. I don't have to get into how horrible the fate of the Kennedys has been. It has been utterly tragic. It has been absolutely disgusting. It is alleged by many conspiracy theorists that her relationship with Connor Kennedy was all a ruse to get her into the Kennedy compound, where she could go to their satanic temple underneath in its sub-basement, where she could be taught and explained the true nature, that she was the clone and the next coming of their evil avatar. Furthermore, she could be introduced to the new Satanic Church, one that is secretly embedded in the heart of the United States government, and quite possibly all NATO governments. They now worked within the shadows, and having control of media and the government itself, was working close to bring us closer to the apocalypse forecast. After the relationship was done, Taylor Swift left, and she catapulted herself from stardom to superstardom, dominating all in her path. There are very few people who could claim to not be fans of Taylor Swift, as she's been able to reach a broad category, even working with hip-hop artists. I myself, who are making this video, can say that I have had great love affairs with the music of Taylor Swift. She is quite a powerful entity. What can be done next? Who is she and what does she want? Is it merely to corrupt our children into an ungodly way, through over-sexualizing them as children and producing them to ways of atheism and other unreligious ways to bring us closer to the pits of hell? Or is there more to her scheme? Does she possess the same satanic powers that Xena has? Do they share them? Will one of them have to go? It is unknown, but only time can tell. That's all the time we have for today. I'm glad I could put you in the know. Just remember, kids, Satanism is not cool, no matter which music artist is engaged in it. I know you want to be like Tay-Tay, but don't worship the devil. It's only going to lead you to ruin. I hope you enjoyed our Conspiracy Corner for this Saturday. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see more of Morning Reflections with the Fat Mantis, click on one of these links to see my thoughts on the Democratic candidates. And click on the other one if you want to watch me passive-aggressively call Megan Rapinoe a drunk. Thank you and have a wonderful day. God bless.